Hello students, I am Rajni Verma and today I am going to discuss some in-text questions of chapter 8 Motion from NCERT book. This is question number 1, page 100. An object has moved through a distance. Can it have zero displacement? If yes, support your answer with an example. We know that when an object moves and comes back to its original position, its displacement is zero. Therefore, this situation is possible. So we write, yes, it can have zero displacement. And we can give several examples. Let us take one example here. An object in circular motion comes back to its original position after completing one round. Its displacement is then zero. Here we take one more example. An object thrown vertically upwards falls back to the ground or its original position. If it goes up to a height of x units, then the distance travelled is 2x, but the vertical displacement is 0. Now we take question number 2, page 100. A farmer moves along the boundary of a square field of side 10 meter in 40 seconds. What will be the magnitude of displacement of the farmer at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds from his initial position? A farmer moves around the boundary of a square field of side 10 meter in 40 seconds. We have to find the displacement of the farmer after 2 minutes 20 seconds from his initial position. According to question, each side of the square field is 10 meters and time taken to move once around the perimeter is 40 seconds. The total time given is 2 minutes 20 seconds, that is 140 seconds. 2 into 60 plus 20, that is 140 seconds. We have to find the displacement d at the end of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So let us see. In 140 seconds, what will be the distance travelled? Then we can find out how many times the farmer has moved along the perimeter. So the number of times to move along the perimeter is equal to 140 seconds divided by 40 seconds. So that will be 140 upon 40, that is 7 upon 2 or 3 whole number 1 upon 2 times along the perimeter. Let us suppose that the farmer starts at the corner A. So after completion of 3 rounds along the perimeter of the square, he will come back to his original position and his displacement will be 0. Therefore, at the end of 2 minutes 40 seconds, the farmer will be at the opposite corner, because in half the perimeter he will move along the boundary a distance AB plus BC, and he will reach at the opposite corner, that is at point C. Therefore, displacement is equal to AC, that is equal to, using the Pythagoras theorem, we can find the value of AC, that is square root of AB square plus BC square, and that is equal to square root of AB is 10 meters, so 10 square plus BC again 10 meters, 10 square. This is under root 2 multiplied by 100, or we can write it as under root 2 multiplied by 10 square. And after finding the square root, we will get 10 square root of 2 meter. And we know that square root of 2 has a value 1.41. So this will be equal to, displacement D is equal to 10 into 1.41 meter. So that will be 14.1 meter answer. So the displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds is equal to 14.1 meter. Now we take question number 3 of page 100. Which of the following is true for displacement? It cannot be zero. Its magnitude is greater than the distance travelled by the object. For answer, we know that the magnitude of displacement can be zero if the object, after moving some distance, comes back to its original position. Therefore, the displacement can be zero and its magnitude may also be smaller or equal to the distance travelled, but it cannot be greater. So we write for the first part false. The displacement can be zero. For the second part also false. The magnitude of displacement is less than or equal to distance travelled, but it can never be greater than the distance travelled. Therefore, displacement is less than or equal to distance travelled. This is question number 1 of page 102. The question says, distinguish between speed and velocity. We know that whenever we have to compare two quantities, it is better to write them in columns. And we discuss the similar properties for the quantities. So first of all, the definition: speed, rate of change of position without any reference to direction, is called speed. Velocity is the speed with direction. Speed is calculated as distance upon time. It is defined as distance travelled per unit time. Velocity is displacement per unit time. Number 3, scalar quantity. Yes, speed is a scalar quantity while velocity is a vector quantity. The average speed of a moving object cannot be zero, while the average velocity can be zero. Number 5, the average speed cannot be negative, but the average velocity can be negative. Question number 2, page 102. Under what condition or conditions is the magnitude of average velocity of an object equal to its average speed? The answer is, when an object moves along a straight line path without any change of direction, its average velocity is equal to its average speed. This is question number 3 of page 102. What does the odometer of an automobile measure? The odometer of an automobile measures the speed of the automobile. Question number 4. What does the path of an object look like when it is in uniform motion? The path looks like a straight line because the uniform motion means there is no change in speed or direction. This is question number 5, page 102. During an experiment, a signal from a spaceship reached the ground station in 5 minutes. What was the distance of the spaceship from the ground station? The signal travels at the speed of light, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So let us solve this. Let us suppose that this is the ground station and here we have the spaceship. We have to find out the distance of the spaceship from the ground station. So this is the spaceship and this is the ground station, and the time taken to reach the signal is time t is equal to 5 minutes. We convert it into seconds, that is 5 into 60, that is 300 seconds. And the speed of the signal is equal to the speed of light, that is this v is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. We have to find the distance between the spaceship and the ground station. S is equal to what? We know that speed is equal to distance upon time, or v is equal to s upon t. Therefore, the distance s is equal to v into t. So we calculate v is given to be 3 into 10 to the power 8 and time t is 300 seconds. Therefore, this distance s will be in meter. 3 into 10 to the power 8 into 300 meter. Now we simplify it. This is 3 into 10 to the power 8 into 3 into 10 to the power 2. For the sake of simplification, we can write it in this way, or if you are good enough at arithmetic, then you can do it directly. That will be 3 into 3, 9 into 10 to the power 8 plus 2, that is 10. Recall that we have x to the power m into x to the power n is equal to x to the power m plus n. So we can write 3 into 3, 9 into 10 to the power 8 plus 2, 10 to the power 10 meter. If you wish, you can change it into kilometers, but that is enough. Meter is good enough. You can write it as the answer. The distance between the spaceship and the ground station is 9 into 10 to the power 10 meter. So that's the end of this video. And in my next video, I will be discussing some more in-text questions. If you liked my video, please like, share and subscribe. And thanks for watching.